We are cutting across to get you this video now that is playing out on your screens, where you see Ahmad Massoud with the resistance forces. This again, remember, is coming in from Andarab, and this is where on camera you will see the Northern Alliance leader, that is Ahmad Massoud, with his forces. These, remember, are the same resistance forces right now that are leading the big fight against the Taliban. And that entire front now, not just gaining shape on ground, but picking up a lot of support also from the locals right now, who are coming out in huge numbers to be able to fight the Taliban. This, remember, right now is gaining a lot of traction, as we have seen over the last few days. The Northern Alliance also being able to pick up certain provinces, and it is giving a tough fight right now to the Taliban, also in Andarab, where you have seen continuous fighting that has been underway for over a day now. And even as we speak, do remember earlier, you have seen a lot of important details that do come in vis-a-vis how the world is responding to what is going on. The G7 meeting also gets kick-started later this evening, where you'll have the 7 important countries, in fact, the 7 big global powers, who will be opining more on how will they be dealing with the Taliban from here on. Also looking at sanctions against Pakistan and Taliban right now. But once more, let's return to this entire video that we see on our screens, Niranjan, Ahmad Massoud with his resistance forces.
You know, Dipti, there's a lot of propaganda that is on, and that propaganda is extremely, it's dangerous, because the Taliban is using the social media to give everyone and the world a picture that they are in control and they are near Panjshir, etc., etc. But that's far from the truth, because ground reports also suggest that, yes, there was gunfighting in Andarab, and there was a very serious situation in Baglan, and they were trying to regain lost ground, but they have resorted to kidnapping, and all sorts of tactics to try and keep the Northern Alliance at bay. In fact, ground reports suggesting that they've actually kidnapped anywhere between 20 to 30 to 40 children. Women have been not just kidnapped, abducted. Some have been also shot. We had pictures of children being injured in the gun battle. So Taliban is known for being brutal, lethal, and barbaric, bunch of monsters. And in the middle of all of that, and I think the Northern Alliance, and it is true that Taliban may have tried to sort of surround Panjshir, but Panjshir itself is locked and loaded, and they are ready for any sort of an assault, from the Taliban. So this is the first video in a few days of Ahmad Massoud, and this is coming in, and in fact from reports that we have. It appears that they're at least 25 kilometers away from Afghanistan. In fact, we had a ground report, from one of the reporters who did not want to reveal his identity, and I don't want to reveal his identity because he was reporting under a lot of pressure, families under a threat. But he was saying that Taliban is at least 25 to 30 kilometers away from Panjshir. So while all this propaganda is on, they're using Soviet-era howitzers to try and give the world a different picture. The truth is they're completely surrounded, and they have their back to the walls because they've suffered massive casualties as well. And that is true, they've suffered casualties, but the Northern Alliance is strategically placed well. And let me go across to Lieutenant General, I think Gurmeet Singh is joining us on the phone line, and you can take this forward with him. I'll ask him one question. Lieutenant General Gurmeet Singh, what do you make of the developments in Panjshir especially?
Especially when we see the developments in the area of Panjshir and what you're showing on your screen at the moment, I think this National Resistance Forces, and they are, you look at them, that they've got so much of a combat experience in this. Panjshir is one area where they were never defeated. Soviets tried and others tried, but they've never been defeated in this area. And they have the experience, they have the inspiration, they have the spirit for the nationalism. And now they are under two, I would say, personalities. Firstly, Ahmad Massoud, who is the son of a great leader who was there from that area. And they all belong to the Northern Alliance. They have a different take on the whole issue of it. right from the beginning, they've been against Taliban and they've been against Pakistan interference in Afghanistan. And one thing is definite, that the resistance which has started from this area of Panjshir, this is going to absolutely go ahead, because in the initial stages only it was seen the effect of this in Jalalabad and Khost. Even the respect for their own flag, nationalism, that aspect was also started from this area. And the best part is that I would say that they are being supported by Kazakhstan also. I think some of the soldiers from the Afghan National Defense Security Forces who are not convinced about the whole aspect of it, they've also joined them. And this area terrain, I think, assists the people who are there for the defense of this area. So therefore, all combined, if you see from technical point of view, from historical point of view, and the substance they're made of, I think they're going to give a very tough resistance. And this aspect of resistance in Afghanistan, they are the one who's going to lead it. And already, I think Taliban has suffered reverses in this area. And it looks to me that they're going to face more reverses as they go in this area.
And Lieutenant General Gurmeet Singh Saab, I just want to ask you one quick question before I let you go, sir. You know, there is a lot of hope right now in the Northern Alliance. On Northern Alliance, speaking of a lot of support from the locals. But, you know, tell me something. For a force like this to be able to sustain vis-a-vis the Taliban, what really, sir, is required? What should the world powers be doing right now? You know, the G7 group is meeting later today. We also do know that the CIA director had, you know, a secret meeting possibly with the Taliban. So what is it that the Northern Alliance really needs from the world right now?
As it was seen that earlier, it was seen that they've got support which is coming from various quarters of the world. Kazakhstan has already started supporting them. The weapons came in there. There were some videos which were showing helicopters had landed up in this area along with the weapons. And apart from that, even if you go back into the history, they in the Northern Alliance, they had the support from Iran, Russia, India at that time. And if I would say the former Vice President Amrullah Saleh, he has been with the CIA. He'll continuously get support from CIA, from the US, and I'm definite about it that I think for the cause of nationalism, the cause of people of Afghanistan, the entire world would come ahead and help them out. Because on the other side, it is a terrorist group which has taken. Have actually, I would say, they have displaced the elected government of Afghanistan. So from that point of view, when you look at it, I think the world has got to come up. And apart from that, I would like to say one thing, that it is a woman who have enjoined them. And the woman of this area has been known for nationalism. So all these factors combined are going to assist them in the resistance which they have, I think, vowed. And if you look at the notes which have come from these two young leaders, that is Ahmad Massoud and from Amrullah Saleh, I think they are determined. They are very clear about what is the need of the hour, and they will deliver it.